Thank you for joining us today for our DARE graduation ceremony. This program has taught our fifth graders decision-making skills in order to help them lead safe and healthy lives. Our students in front of you have learned valuable lessons regarding choice through the DARE program. The choices they make define who they are now and who they will become. On behalf of the students and staff at Americana School, we want to thank Officer Cahill, the Glendale Heights Police Department, and the Village of Glendale Heights for their continued support and partnership. The positive relationships that are formed between our students and Officer Cahill are valuable and affirming. These relationships extend our students' community and support systems well beyond our school. Thank you, Officer Cahill, and congratulations to our fifth graders.
Can everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Please be seated. All right, welcome everyone to the Americana School 5th grade DARE graduation. The DARE students in 5th grade, they've got several requirements to graduate from DARE. One of the requirements is that they have to write a DARE essay. The other requirement is that they have to make a poster representing DARE and saying no to drugs. Both of those requirements are contests. The students who led the Pledge of Allegiance, they are 4 of the winners of the essay contest. The other 4, in just a moment, will be reading their DARE essays for you. But before we begin, 5th graders, what I would like to do is introduce members of our community who are here today for your special day. First, we have Mayor Linda Jackson. Next is Village Trustee Chester Pojak. From the Youth Commission and owner of Chicago Blower Corporation, Joe Dubeck. Chief of the Glendale Heights Police Department, Doug Flint. Superintendent of your school district, Vicki Tabert. Assistant Superintendent, Joe Williams. Another Assistant Superintendent, Kevin Hooper. Glendale Heights Police Department Community Outreach Specialist, Tanya Macko. And then second row, we have Fire Chief Russ Wood. And then from Glenside Public Library, we have Vince Slavansky and Nicole Urso. And then the Investigation Sergeant, George Pappas. And doing behind the scenes work, we've got Becky Tybor with the camera. And Mark Radabaugh will be videotaping your graduation. At this time, I would like to call our essay winners, Asael, Anum, Tatiana, and Sebastian up. And first we have Asea.
Officer Cahill taught us about dare and how to make the right decisions when being pressured to smoke, do drugs, and drink alcohol as we get older. We're going to get friends to tell us that alcohol is good for you when it's not good for you. And you will not feel good. You can die if you drink. You will get in trouble with the cops. The dare decision-making model helps me make the right decisions when faced with a difficult situation. The dare decision-making model can help us when trying to make a decision between going to your friend's birthday party or going to a soccer game. At the soccer game, you had a role of the goalkeeper. You need to follow the 4 steps, which are define, assess, respond, and evaluate. If you decide to go to the birthday, you will make your team lose, and if you go to the soccer team, you will be really good on your team. You will probably get kicked out of your soccer team, or your friends will be sad for not going to this birthday party because the soccer team is more important. Alcohol is really bad. Alcohol is really bad for you because it can kill you. There are people that drink and they get mad and they hit and they start going crazy, and there are some kids that want you to drink and you are gonna say no and tell an adult. For example, when my grandfather used to drink, he got a heart attack and they call it ambulance. Tobacco is really bad for you. Cigarettes can make your teeth yellow, and that is bad for you. Bad for your lungs. Cigarettes can make your breath very bad. I learned that you can only take medicine from a doctor, be drug-free, and go and be safe and responsible.
Next we have a number. D-A-R-E. What does that spell? Dare. Hello, I'm Anam, and let me tell you about DARE, a program for 5th graders to learn how to solve bad situations like peer pressure, stress, and tobacco abuse. Your friend walks up to you and says, "Hey, I found 2 cigarettes in my mom's purse. Want to smoke?" You feel unsure how to respond, but at the same time you want to yell out to your friend saying, "You shouldn't do drugs or go in your mom's purse." This is one example of peer pressure. DARE helped me to understand how to deal with these kind of situations. An important point to note is that DARE taught me how to approach a friend who wants to smoke. You should be confident and not commanding or unsure. So instead of saying, maybe, with your head down, or "You shouldn't do drugs or go in your mom's purse," just say, "No, thank you," and walk away. Next, I learned about the dangers of tobacco. There are more than 200 chemicals in regular cigarettes. This can cause you to have dry skin, wrinkles, and lung cancer. Also, over 400,000 deaths happen because of cigarettes. Over 500,000 deaths are because of secondhand smoking. Secondhand smoking is when someone is around someone else who smokes often. This means smoking is not only bad for you, but it's bad for others around you. Tobacco can make you age faster, gives you yellow teeth, bad breath, and brittle fingers. Also, there's an addictive substance called nicotine in it too. This is highly addictive and bad for you also. The last point I learned about is stress and how to get rid of it. Having bad company can lead to stress, so have a positive circle. So whenever you're stressed, just talk to your friends. Signs of stress are frustration, dizziness, or feeling warm. To get rid of it, count backwards or take deep breaths. Another way to deal with stress is to do something you like. Some examples are drawing, dancing, watching TV, or reading. Responding to peer pressure, stress, and tobacco abuse can be hard, but DARE can help you with these situations too.
Do you know how many people die each year from tobacco-related causes? The answer is 400,000. 50,000 die from being exposed to smoke. I think that is terrible, yet amazing. In DARE, I also learned about the dangers of tobacco and alcohol use. I learned about the DARE decision-making model, and last I learned how I should use what I learned in DARE every day. One important thing I learned was the dangers of smoking. Most teenagers actually don't smoke. Smoking is definitely not cool. It can cause lung cancer and COPD, which is known to be adult asthma. All of this can lead to death. As I introduced before, 400,000 people die each year from tobacco-related causes. It is illegal to sell cigarettes to anyone under the age of 18. Alcohol is another unhealthy substance. It can cause poor judgment, memory loss, and even death. Like cigarettes, most teens don't drink alcohol. Drinking alcohol, again, like cigarettes, does not make you cool, and the DARE decision-making model helps me make good choices so I will stay away from these unhealthy substances. DARE stands for two things. The first one is Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and the other is Define, Assess, Respond, Evaluate. The second one was the DARE decision-making model. For example, pretend like someone is trying to get you to smoke a cigarette, and you don't know what to do or say. So you think about the DARE decision-making model, and you remember the first step was to define the problem, or determine the problem. The next step was to assess, or think about your choices. Choice number 1 is to smoke the cigarette that causes health problems. And choice number 2 is to say no and walk away. Then you think about step 3, respond or choose one of your choices. You think that staying away from smoking means staying away from you think that staying away from smoking means staying away from health problems. And choice, the next step was to assess or think about your choices. Choice number 1 is to smoke a cigarette that causes health problems. And choice number 2 is to say no and walk away. Then you think about step 3, or choose one of your choices. You think that staying away from smoking means staying away from health problems. Your decision is to choose to say no. Lastly, you think about the last step, evaluate. Did you make the correct decision? Yes, you did. So now you know how to use the DARE decision-making model. I will definitely use the things I learned in every day, like saying no to drugs and cigarettes. I will use facts I learned to make better decisions. I believe that with a great DARE officer and teamwork, we can help other kids make good decisions and live a happy, healthy life.
The use of drugs in the United States has been declared an epidemic by the president. Drug abuse is linked to about 1/2 of crimes committed in the United States. Using drugs is bad for your health, especially if you start at a young age. Putting drugs into your body to make you forget your problems or to make you feel invincible is not the smart thing to do, because after the effects are gone, you go back to feeling the same way you felt before taking them. This only makes you want to take them again. That is when you become addicted. The DARE program has been important in showing me how bad drugs are for my brain and how they affect my body. With this information, I have more knowledge on how to make smart choices and how to say no if someone offers me drugs or alcohol. One of the things that I learned and stuck to my mind is how alcohol affects your brain. The DARE instructor taught me that alcohol numbs your brain and impairs my ability to think and properly perform day-to-day activities, such as riding a bike. If I were drunk and tried riding my bike on the street, I would not be concentrated enough to look at the cars on the road, and I would cause an accident. I would hurt or possibly kill myself by riding in front of a car. Another thing I learned during DARE is how bad drug use is not only for my body and brain, but how it affects my family and loved ones. Drug and alcohol abuse takes a toll on families, because if one person uses drugs or is an alcoholic, that person is not really around in special occasions when the family gets together to celebrate. The addict not only hurts themselves, the family is also hurt because they do not want to see the person miss out on family events and gatherings or sick all the time because of the effects of drugs/alcohol. So in order to maintain a healthy body and a healthy family, it is important not to do drugs or drink alcohol. Through this program, I've learned how to define, assess, respond, and evaluate a situation in order to properly address it. From personal experience, I've been able to use this model when I was at a party with some family friends, and the grown-ups were outside in the party, and the kids went inside to play video games. One of the older kids opened up the fridge and saw beer. He said we should take one bottle and we should all try drinking it, and that no one would notice the one bottle being gone. I got nervous, but I started to think about it and how much trouble I would get into if I got caught. I was in the middle of a tricky situation. My friends would pressure me to drink from the bottle. On the other hand, I would get in trouble if I got caught. I started thinking about things I learned at DARE and realized it was not worth it. Drinking the beer was not worth the damage that it would do to my brain and the trouble that I would get into if my parents caught me. So I decided to walk out and go play with the kids who were playing outside on the trampoline. Thankfully and unfortunately, I've already been able to use what I have learned in the DARE program. As I described earlier, I have already been exposed to a tempting situation in which I had to say no to drinking beer. I know that as I grow older and go to middle school, I will be challenged to make responsible choices. I am really dreading the time when I will be offered drugs, because I know someone will offer them to me. I will remember all the things I've learned out there and hope to continue to be strong and say no. I have a strong family and support and I know that I can rely on my parents to be there for me and support me on my decisions. I want to have a healthy body and clear mind to be able to do good academically and in sports since I love soccer so much. Drug use will only impair my ability to succeed in life and practice the sport that I love. I plan to use the DARE decision-making model in order to keep me focused on school and sports and away from drugs and alcohol. Drug and alcohol abuse not only affects your body, it also affects your brain, causing you to make bad decisions. Use of drugs can get you in trouble with the law, especially if you commit a crime while under the influence. And since drug affects your judgment, you have a 50% chance of committing a crime while on drugs. In the DARE program, I've learned how to analyze risky situations and how to say no. As I said before, I know that at some point of my life I will be offered drugs. It's a fact of life, but with the information that I have learned from the program, I am positive that I will continue to keep my brain body and clean and free of drugs in order to fulfill my dream to become a doctor and have fun practicing my favorite sport, soccer.
That's a lot of hard work writing these essays and then to have to come up here and read them all to all of you. Kind of intimidating, so I'm glad one of the topics we talk about in DARE is learning how to control stress, huh? So they did a nice job with that. And for that, all of the essay winners will receive a DARE water bottle, a miniature Darren, a mood watch, a DARE essay winner pin, and a reflective backpack to carry it all in. All right, one last round of applause for our essay winners. Okay, fifth graders, it's time to graduate. If I could have Miss Delmonico's class, please stand. And then follow each row around. And I'm going to have our community helpers help pass out some of the giveaways that all of the fifth graders will be receiving. Mayor Jackson has gift certificates to Brunswick Zone for free bowling. And then each of the graduates will receive a pencil pouch that has pencil and DARE eraser, a pencil grip, DARE button, and a DARE static cling sticker. And then courtesy of Amita Adventist Glen Oaks Hospital, all of the graduates will be receiving a DARE t-shirt. And new this year, we have magnetic car magnets. I guess that's mostly for the parents. It says proud parent of a DARE graduate. And then the DARE graduates will be receiving a sticker sheet. You'll see that they match the t-shirts. And if everyone could please hold their applause until a class finishes, and then we'll clap for everybody. Our first graduate from Ms. Delmonico's class is Zara. Miguel. Amy. Miguel. Nessa. Elza. Abdul. Tracy. Fernando. Daniel. Crosby. Christopher. Edvin. DJ. Mindy. Ashka. Arnett. Crystal. Deepa. Gianna. Jada. Samantha. Asiel. And Brandon. All right, big round of applause for Ms. Delmonico's class. Next we have Mr. Dina's class.
Okay, so first from my class is Adnan, Anam, Tyler, Jaden, Brenda, Jack, Kim, Abby, Ola, Justin, Angel, Catherine, Angelique, Jessica, Marlene, Advin, Kelly, Gabe, Bernice, Tina, Angel, Van, Guadalupe, Luke, Hadassah, and Michelle. Congratulations, guys.
And next we have Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Nickerson's classes.
Hi, hey, Dad.
Okay, the first graduate for Mrs. Jones is Note. Adeline. Marisol. Charlie. Noelia. Ethan. Perla. Ella. Audrey. Long. Tatiana. Abby. Adrian. Johan. Ayushi. Sergeant. Mayumi. Samuel. Delia. Arogia. Melanie. Ramon.
class. Mia. Abraham. Brady. And now we have Mrs. Dickinson's class. Grace. Gio. Pablo. Aiden. Wally. Big round of applause for Mrs. Jones and Mrs. And if we could have Miss Murphy's class come on up. Okay, for Miss Murphy's class, Mario.
I gotta be
Jacob. Jacob. Ethan. Alexia. Great job. Austin. Austin. Justin. Chase. Vanessa. Theo. Renee. Cindy. Waylon. Veronica.
Well done.
Sebastian. Jocelyn. Andy. Corinna. David. Bianca.
if I could have all of the teachers and Miss Mazzarella and Miss Tabbert and Dr. Williams and Mr. Hooper come on up. Miss Murphy would like to sing a song. Unfortunately, I'm just kidding. But I do want to give a special thank you to all of you. I am so happy that Glendale Heights continues to support the DARE program and the school districts in our town. It's a great way for me to get to know all of the kids and just be there for them and as they go through middle school and then beyond. So thank you very much for that. And small token of our appreciation, everyone's going to get a DARE flash drive, self-drive. And then feel free to step through the line and pick out a shirt. We've got small, medium, large, extra large, and beyond. So. Dr. Williams is going to borrow Darren. Everyone, get your shirts. All right, fifth graders. We've got a couple more important things to do here before we wrap up. What do you think is next? The other requirement of the DARE program was making a poster, and so we have 3 winners from each class. We're going to start with Miss Delmonico's class with the 3rd place winner. We'll work our way forward. All right, 3rd place in Miss Delmonico's class is Tracy. Congratulations. Second place winner is Melinda. And first place goes to Jada. Okay, so we're going to collect the posters so we can have them displayed around the school. So go ahead and just set them right on top there. And then for all of their hard work, 3rd place will be getting a little DARE lunch bag with a mood temperature changing straw, a DARE bouncy ball, Frisbee, and reflective backpack. Good job. Second place gets Dare sunglasses, Dare hacky sack, deck of playing cards, and Dare earbuds. And the backpack. And then first place gets a Dare survival bracelet. I always forget the name of it. A Dare stress squeegee emoji. A Dare rocket football. And a miniature Dare. Congratulations from Miss Ilmanovic's class. All right, next from Mrs. Gravina's class. First place goes to Christina. Third place.
She's still a winner.
Of course. Second place goes to Luke. And first place goes to Hadassah. Congratulations. Now from Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Nickerson's class. Third place goes to Ella. Second place, Johan. And first place to Ethan. From Miss Murphy's class. Third place goes to Renee. Second place, Karina. And first place, AJ. to do, but firstly, I just wanted to say thank you everyone for coming. This is one of our bigger DARE graduations, so I know it does tend to go a little bit longer, but we appreciate the great attendance that we get at these. Fifth graders, you guys did an amazing job. I'm very proud of you. I really enjoyed coming into your classrooms and teaching you how to be safe, how to be responsible. At this time, I need you to stand up, turn around, and face our community members and friends and family. Fifth graders have a commitment to make to all of you. Fifth graders, repeat after me. I promise to make good choices.
I promise to make good choices.
I can use the DDMM to help me.
I can use the DDMM to help me.
I will grow up being safe and responsible.
I will grow up being safe and responsible.
Thank you everyone for coming. Fifth graders, great job. Congratulations.